Hello, friends. I'm Anne. Today we are going to do some work on our wrists. I've actually been having like a little bit of a wrist injury, so I've been doing some wrist exercises, and I just want to focus this short practice on opening up the hands and wrists and a little bit of the neck and shoulders. Also, really great if you work with your hands, if you're on a computer a lot. So let's begin. We're just gonna begin, take a moment, place one hand in the opposite, thumbs touch, close your eyes for a moment, and just take a couple breaths to bring yourself to your mat to get centered today. Deep breath in, big exhale. Again, deep breath in, big exhale. One more time, deep breath in, let it go. All right, take your hands and make a fist and just start to roll your wrists out. We all have a natural direction that we're going to go with this. So you're just starting to loosen up the hands and wrists, just finding some movement. If you're coming back from like a real injury, just take it at your own pace. Go in the opposite direction and just trying to work as smoothly as you can. I always say, why is this so hard to go in the funny direction? Why does my brain not work like that? Good. Take your palms together here and start to drop the heel of your hand down and lengthen your elbows out first and then maybe up. Spread your fingers wide. Try to straighten out your fingers if they're crumpled up. And just take a couple breaths into wherever you're feeling this in your wrists. Make sure you're not tensing in your jaw, your neck, or your shoulders, which could be happening if you're feeling tense today. And I should mention you can sit on a cushion right now. You can be sitting in a chair for part of this practice. This might be something you can do at your desk. I don't know. We'll see what we do. Now take your hands and turn them upside down. The same thing. Try to kind of spread your fingers out, match the backs of your hands together, and then drop the elbows down. Lots of times when you just start your yoga practice, you can have really tender wrists or weak wrists, and they usually get stronger as you are on your hands more, so it's nice to ease into a practice if you're newer to it. However, I think my wrist is bugging me because I've been filling up this like giant bucket of water 3 or 4 times a day for some of my animals and carrying it with my right hand. So I'm thinking that's maybe what's causing me to feel this. So I was like, let's do some more work on it. Shake out your hands here. We're going to take our hands to the sky and just start to open and close your hands at a pretty fast rate. Okay, you want to get some blood flowing into your forearms. Don't give up. Even if your arms get tired, I want you to keep moving. That's the goal here. Get that fresh pump of blood up in those hands. Let's go for about 30 more seconds, which I don't know about you, but my forearms are already burning. So when your hands start slowing down, just actively speed them back up. Keep your breath flowing. Are you with me? Last 10, 9, stay with it. Don't drop your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake them out. Beautiful. All right, while we're seated, let's do a few more things here. So you're going to take your right hand out in front of you and just gently soften both elbows and shoulders, pull back on your pinky finger. While you're doing that, spread the rest of your fingers nice and wide and just kind of relaxing. Maybe you're stretching your neck a little bit. If that feels good, you can just calmly close your eyes and breathe. Pull back on your ring finger. Again, spread your other fingers out. Try to straighten them out. And I don't want you locking your elbows out and straining here. So make it easy. Your shoulders might get tense or a little tired while we're here. Pull back on your middle finger. Really open up the rest of your other fingers and keep breathing. index finger or pointer finger pulls back. Spread your thumb out, spread the rest of your fingers, relax your neck, anything you're not using. And breathe into creating space here. And then take your thumb and pull it kind of out to the side and then back. And I like to really lengthen my arms for this one because I feel like I get more out of it. Now, take your fingers that you're not using and try to stretch them out as best you can. Make sure you're breathing right into that place in your body. Good. Shake out your first right hand, second hand. So again, relax your neck and shoulders. Start with your pinky finger. Pull back on the pinky finger and spread the rest of your fingers nice and wide. Just relaxing anything you're not using. Look at your hand. Do you have a finger that's trying to bend? Try to straighten into it. Pull back on your ring finger. Deepening your breath. Middle finger pulls back. Spread out the rest of the fingers. Good. Index finger or your pointer finger. Try to straighten out your thumb. And then grab a hold of your thumb, pull it out to the side and then back. And again, if you want to straighten your hand out here, I feel like I get a little bit more out of that. Not locking the elbows, right? So just a softening in the elbows. Good. Shake out both hands. You can do the next one from a seat, but I'm going to suggest you come with me to your hands and your knees. So we're still stretching out the hands. They've already probably had more than they normally get on a day-to-day basis. This next part, we're flipping our fingertips around to face the knees. A slight bend in the elbows, spreading the fingers, trying to get all of your knuckles grounded. Do a little tuck of your toes. You can get a little extra foot stretch here. And then just lean back as far as you need to feel your forearms releasing. And what you don't want to do here is lock out your elbows. That puts way too much pressure on that elbow joint. So just pay attention that your elbows are slightly soft. And then releasing any tension around your neck so you're not creating more tension. Good. And then take your hands upside down. You can do this one at a time. Let's actually do it one at a time. So right hand upside down, draw back through the right forearm. Support yourself with your left hand so you're not pushing too much into the one hand, and over time you can get good and do both at the same time. You need to learn how to not put your weight on your wrist. So it's more about the stretch, less about pushing down. And then switch and do the other one. Good. Then bring both hands underneath your shoulders, relax your toes, and we're just going to do some circles here with our hips, but really you're also, every time you come forward, you're spreading your fingers and letting your finger pads press down. So it's definitely some loosening of the hips in the back, but you're going to get a lot out of your wrists as well, especially if you have an injury there. And then go in the opposite direction. Think about also starting to loosen up your shoulders. Beautiful. And then sit back onto your heels. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and strongly pull your palms together so they're all the way glued. You can also do this with a strap. You're just opening up your chest, and we're just going to loosen up our neck and shoulders a little bit by moving our head around more organically than nothing, than nothing. We always say funny things here. We're teaching as instructors. And that is nice in a public class or a live class that those things get forgotten, but on a video, they're like forever there. So just take that interlacing and bring your knuckles over to the right side, and then just strongly glue your palms together and draw your elbows back. While you're here, let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. And so you're using some strength in your hands. There's something to be said about a grip. So you want to feel that grip So even like using light weights and like lifting light weights can be really good, or heavier weights if you're in for that. And then switch, move your chin to your chest and just move your hands around to the left side. Draw the left elbow back, try not to arch too much. And then when you're ready, you'll drop your left ear towards your left shoulder and just open up the neck and shoulder, which sometimes if we're feeling stuff down in our hands or our wrists, it's actually the tension coming from our neck and shoulders. So just want to make sure we address that here. And then neutralize your chin, release your hands. Just shake them out, shake out your whole arm. And I want to do just a little bit of down dog because I do believe that if you are on your hands, it can help strengthen, but you need to like come in and out of it. So let's just set ourselves up here. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Press down through each finger pad individually. So you don't want to have crumpled up hands whatsoever. And when you're pressing down through your fingers, you're also pressing down through the soft tissue that's between your thumb and your index finger strongly. The more you press into your fingers, the less your wrists will have to do the work. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. And it's almost like this sensation like you're clawing the mat in your down dog. Okay, so drop the shoulder blades down the back, wrap the triceps, and press your fingers, lifting your sitting bones up and back if you want to pedal out, because this is your down dog today. Or maybe you're going to add this class on to another class so you feel like you get what you need from your practice today. Good. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and then push into the left hand and come up onto the right fingertips. And just feel your tented hand here. Okay, and we're not going to do both at the same time. However, you might work towards that. Strengthening the fingers, and then lower the right hand down and come up onto your left tented fingertips. Good, and then lower the left hand down, lower your knees to the ground, and take a child's pose. Let your palms turn up and just let them have a breather. Take a couple breaths. Let's do that same thing, but now in child's pose. So you're reaching your fingers forward. It's like you have little oranges underneath your hands. So tent into the fingers, stretch the arms, and let the head rest down, keeping the elbows and forearms lifted. And just find some strength here in the fingertips. Good. Take a couple more breaths with it. If you ever wondered how your teacher can stay on their tented fingers so long, it's because they practice it, right? If you only do it every once in a while, it can be very challenging. So you've got to practice it if you want to be able to stay up on tented fingers. Just let your hands come flat for a moment. Relax your shoulders and your elbows. Let it be. Good. Slowly roll up. You can be on your knees like me, or you can sit in a different position. Take your hands out to the sides. Press your palms out like you're holding two walls away from your body, and just feel that stretch going across your forearms, across your chest. I feel it in my elbows, my upper arms, everywhere, right? It's always amazing. So look at your own hand. Try to get your fingers to face up as best you can. Straighten your fingers out. Press, press, press. And then curl down through your pinky finger, your ring finger, your middle, your index, your thumb, and then turn your wrist down here. Good. Flare your hands again. Push those walls away. Hold that. Again, one of those things. Why is it so hard? Curl down. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, wrist, turn down. Yes. One more time. Press. Press, press, press. Really try to straighten and stretch your arms out even more. Good. Curl down. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, wrist, turn down. Shake out your wrists. Good. Take your hands, steeple mudra. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky or As you're here, glue your palms and just lengthen everything up. Okay, keep your palms glued together. Pull your right hand over to the left as you just lengthen up and over to the left a little bit. Keep your palms glued together. Good. Inhale back to center. You can do the standing if you'd rather. Lift up and then lengthen up and over towards the right. Keep the palms glued together. Your bottom palm pulls your top one. Good. Come back up through center. Relax your shoulders and arms down. Roll your shoulders. One more thing here. We're going to take our hands up to the sky, but then you're going to just flip your wrists, okay? So if you need your hands in front of you, you can. Otherwise, if you can put your hands or your arms around your ears, you can do that too. So just depending on what your shoulders, push your palms together. Push, push, push. Try to keep your wrists straight. You can look at your wrists, and they're bending a little bit. Try to keep them straight. Push your palms together. Keep your hands nice and flat. Keep lifting up. Take a couple more breaths. You're just going to switch the hands. So opposite hand in front. Okay, so if you were here to start, go there again. Push your palms together, lift up. I feel this in my shoulders, do you? And I need to move my arms front. So I feel like there's no room for my head. I'm going to squeeze it. Reach up and push your palms together. Try to like break your arms apart, right? Push, push, push. Try to straighten out your wrists as best you can. Push, push, push. Good. Shake out your wrists. Let your hands rest in your lap. One hand on the other, thumbs together. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and just a shoulder shrug up. And let it go. This short, sweet little wrist and arm practice, again, can be like a little supplement to a longer class, or maybe just on days you need a little bit of support there. I'm here for you. Thank you for joining me. So much love. Enjoy Shavasana if you like. Namaste.